Well, hello and welcome to Tabletop. It's Top Dice, of course. And we've got Alan and we've got me. Hi, Alan.
Hello, 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 hello.
Just the two of us today.
How the devil
So
are we?
nice
Yes,
and cozy.
the two amigos.
Yeah. Well, I think we've got quite a lot to talk about today as well. So
Yes, we do.
without further ado, how's your week been then? Any better?
Yeah, yeah, good, good. Unfortunately, my game last week was cancelled because the hosts were going to another event. It was a 7TV like skirmish game event. Was on over the weekend. They were going to that, so our regular game was shut down for last week, but
Yeah.
been able to catch up on a little bit of reading, even been able to do a little bit of writing on my new Castles and Crusades thing that I'm working on.
Okay.
So yeah, good week. Just no gaming, but I make up for it this week because I believe it's a Traveller game tomorrow, and then on Friday it's Stabcon in Stockport, which is mostly board games, a little bit of role play, but it's my weekend off. I get to go to a gaming event without being an industry person, if you see what
Brilliant.
I mean. So I love it. I've been going to StabCon for like 10, 12 years. It's great, great atmosphere, great bunch of people. I just love it.
It
Absolutely
is.
love it.
But at some stage, hopefully, I'll sort of get down there. This weekend, unfortunately, we've got other things on,
Mhm.
but
What about you?
uh,
You got any gaming in?
Um, we've we've played La Isla Nublar this week, which isn't a role-playing game.
Sounds like something you can get a cream for.
It's a board game of sorts. It's actually Jurassic Park, but you designed the Jurassic Park. So it's got role-playing elements. You take on roles and you
Right.
actually build the park up from scratch.
Oh, okay.
Um, so it's done, and you don't know what's going to happen. It's one of these games that's a one shot, so you can only play it once, and it's built up with loads of components. So as you go, you build the theme park up.
Oh, fun.
We've only just kicked it off, as I sort of said, but that's looking like it could be quite good after getting their head around the rules because it wasn't very well sort of described or set out in the rule. But we finally clicked and went, there you go. This is how it's done.
Right.
So yeah, more of that will be coming, and
Sounds
I've
fun.
got Daggerheart to have a read of now, Cosmere, and also a couple of other. I'm building. I need to sort of get some of these games read and out there, and also this has turned up.
Designing TTRPGs for dummies.
I thought
I need me one of them.
I thought I'd give it. Do you know what? It contains some really interesting information. I've just had a skim read of it, and it just jogs you a little bit with it. So I'm going to do a proper review of that on the channel at some point, probably in the next week or so. Once I've had more to read of it, but we'll come back to that another time. But yeah, I so
I'd be
far
interested to
recommend
know.
that.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know what your thoughts are on that.
Yeah, it's looking like it's going to be quite interesting. But talking about thoughts with the stop press news from Wizards of the Coast, isn't there? The D&D Fan Expo that's going to be taking place this summer has been postponed until September next year.
September next year.
September next year. There's a press
Right.
release just come out actually. So this literally
Okay.
is a stop press. This one. So this is going to be at the O2 Arena, which is probably the one of the biggest UK indoor arenas that's actually exists.
Yeah.
It's got a capacity of about 20K, I think. So
Yeah.
it's not small.
Hmm.
Um, and I've got hang on. We wanted to share an important update regarding the D&D Fan Expo London. To ensure we can deliver the truly epic experience this community deserves, the event will be rescheduled to Saturday the 4th and Sunday the 5th of November 2027. So that's over 12 months.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
decision allows us to expand the show and bring you a bigger, better celebration of Dungeons and Dragons with more to see, more to do, and more special guests involved. We know how much you've been looking forward to this event, and we truly appreciate your patience whilst we take the time to make it the best it can possibly be. We'll be announcing an array of new details and additions for the event in the coming weeks. Your tickets will remain valid for the new dates, but if you can no longer attend, Refunds are available on request from your original point of purchase. Thank you for being part of the adventure, and we can't wait to share what's coming next. So quite a hit that. Hmm.
So does that mean they just weren't ready? They weren't ready for the number of people that bought tickets. Not enough people bought tickets, or, and this is where I'm going to hedge my bet, something big is going to happen in terms of D&D between now and then.
I think that that might actually be it. Something that's going to sort of shake things up quite a bit potentially.
Mm.
That's my thought. The ticket sales, as far as I'm aware, were quite reasonable. And they could always have pushed and sold more. I'm quite sure if they'd wanted to. Um, but yeah, it's a little bit sort of strange that one. And watch this space. We'll keep monitoring it at Top Dice HQ and report as we know. And if I hear
We have an
anything,
HQ,
I'll
don't
do
we?
so.
We're sounding
Yeah,
all important and everything now.
yeah, we got a Top Dice HQ. This is it.
HQ,
We're
yeah.
sat there, you and me.
Yeah, yeah. We're not in different parts of the Northwest at all.
No,
No, no,
I feel like I
he's in the
should be
next
getting
room.
a white cat and stroking it now. Like,
Yeah. Um, I'm,
no, Mr. Wizards of the Coast, we expect you to die. Anyway, no,
yes. Oh dear.
no,
Ah,
I need to sort of note for the record, I am a fan of D&D. So, but anyway, yeah. So that's that news. I'm gonna. I know you've got loads to, but I'm gonna throw in Roger Nichols, one of our people on our group, has just released a new supplement for the Traveller role playing game as well.
yeah. Very
The
exciting.
Chapman system, which is now that's in the Alpha Crucis sector, which is down Solomani area from memory, and he's detailed a full system, basically the Chapman system, and it's got art by Instead, who again from the page, and also a bit of art from myself as well. Now that's on Drive Through Role Playing. I'll stick a link in the description for this video, and I'll do something on the page for it as well. I know he's announced it, but he's been very quiet in his announcements. Oh, and Shadowrun First Edition reprint, that's hit as well, I believe.
That's one of
So
the last things you want to get hit with is a Shadowrun first edition book. It's a big fella.
there, well, it's time to party like it's 1989 with that. I can't believe how long it's been around and about, but yeah, there you go. Classic Shadowrun. So there you go, chummers, and we make sure that you never ever deal with a dragon.
Never deal with a dragon, and also from what I've heard, never ever carry a grenade.
No, that's
Although I
it's,
think that I think that's the same for any role playing game. It's
you do make sure
yeah,
it's safely locked away in the pins in it.
yes.
Yeah, that's
It never ends well when a role playing character pulls out a grenade. It's
no. There's it's not. So there's a few stories I've actually got from back in the day about that as well. We'll have
yeah,
to do a reminisce sometime of old games we've actually sort of been in. That would be a good another show actually. In fact, it'd be a good
yeah.
panel show that one.
Most humorous character death.
Oh, there's a few from Paranoia there, and there's a few times I've run Paranoia where I've been an absolute git. This is the old first and second edition where I really made the players suffer. So anyway, that again is another story, all
Mm.
part of the fun of it. But I believe there's some new releases in the offing from your side.
Yeah, just a few. So we've been kind of teasing a couple of these the last couple of episodes, really. But here we are. At time of recording, it is the evening of the 30th of June. Tomorrow is the 1st of July, and we've got a load of stuff being released. Um, so Paizo have got two release dates in July. One is tomorrow, and I'll run through what's being released tomorrow
Yeah.
in a minute. And the other one is on the 30th of July because that's the first day of Gen Con. So there's a
Well,
load of new
okay.
stuff going to be released at the end of July as well. Um, so for tomorrow, new releases for Lost Omens. So for Pathfinder, we'll start with Pathfinder. So there's Lost Omens, which is all of the Golarion lore. the world building kind of thing, line, if you like, for Pathfinder. So there's two books coming out. I'd say two books. It's not two books. It's one book. It's two versions, and it's Lost Omens High Seas. So this is naval. It's seaborne piracy. It covers ports, port cities, and things like that. It details a couple of the bigger port cities in Golarion. It comes with extra classes and stuff like that, as you would expect. So yeah, really expands, and it seems to be a bit of a theme, I think, with a few publishers at the moment. Is the seafaring kind of idea.
Yeah.
So Lost Omens High Seas standard. They're both. It's two hardbacks. The standard one is 38 quid, and the special edition is 55. So and it's a lovely book. It's Peso, of course. It's a lovely book. And then complementing that is the Fleet flagship flip mat, which is quite a big, again, just a sailing ship, fantasy sailing ship, but beautifully drawn and illustrated. There are a couple of others in the Paizo range for ships and warships and things like that. And of course, they all complement similar games. Like if you're into Pirate Borg, for example, then you've got new maps and things
Yeah.
coming along for that. So that is Pathfinder. For Starfinder, that is the pocket edition of Galactic Ancestries. The hardbacks came out a couple of months
We
ago.
talked about that one. Yeah.
So that's the expansion of ancestries and character classes and things like that for Starfinder. This is the pocket edition. It's 25 quid. And those pocket editions remain immensely popular. And then following on with the ship theme, there is, as they call it, the iconic starship Nova Rush. So it's got all of the deck plans for, I guess, a character starship, which again will cross over into something like Traveller or what have you, if
Mm.
that's the kind of thing that
Yeah.
you need. I think the big thing for Paizo for this release for July, for the 1st of July, is Pathfinder Quest has its retail release tomorrow. So that's going to be quite big. We've put the GMS hat on for a minute. We've sold quite a lot to a lot of retailers, and we're expecting it to sell quite well. It probably might sit there until the weekend, but I think lots of people are going to go into their friendly local game store at the weekend and they'll see Pathfinder Quest and think, I fancy me one of those. Now, it's expensive. I think it's expensive. It's 120 quid.
Ooh, okay.
So it's got a high price point, but I'd say it's got a lot of playability. It reminds me a lot of um, don't you just hate it when the name Descent? That's the one I was thinking of, Descent.
Right.
But it doesn't have the minis, or at least this version doesn't have minis. You can get minis and STLs for it, but this version doesn't have the minis. But it's got a lot of playability. You've got all of the rules and things there that you need. What I think these games are great for is a crossover between board gaming and RPG, and I'm sure will be a gateway for plenty of people
Yeah.
into RPG. So that's Pathfinder Quest, and that is also out tomorrow. So then we've got the retail release of Gallows Corner from our friends at Three Sales
Brilliant.
Studios.
Yeah.
So Gallows Corner is the Peasants Revolt RPG that's got some really interesting mechanics around skills and characters dying and things like that. So that retail releases tomorrow. All the Kickstarter fulfillment and things have all gone out. So we're going now on retail. Core rulebook is 50 quid and it's gorgeous as well. The core
Yeah.
rulebook is absolutely stunning.
It is.
There are 4 zine style adventures that go with it that are 10 quid a piece. Or you can get a boxed set which has the core rulebook and the 4 zines for 80 quid. So you save a
Wow.
tenner and you get
Yeah.
a nice box to keep it all in. And
Yes. Winner, winner.
it's Three Sales is just, their production values are off the
Oh, through the
charts.
roof. Yeah. It's probably
It's
one of the best I've seen. Yeah.
Yeah, they're amazing. And again, going off what we have put out there to retailers for going onto the shelves tomorrow, it's going to be a big seller, I think.
Yeah.
Because let's put it this way: we took stock from Three Sales at UKGE. We put it out for pre or for retailers to get so that they can have it on the shelves for tomorrow. And we sold out of the stock that they gave us at UKGE, and we've had to get some more
Brilliant.
transferred in. So I think it's going to. I think Gallows Corner is going to be the big hit for the back end of this year. From
Yeah,
now to the back end of this year. And you know what, George and his team are just lovely folks, and more
they
power to
are.
them.
It was a joy to have him on. It'd be good to get him back in at some point, even just
We
for a
definitely
general
should do
chat.
that. Yeah, we should definitely do that. And then the other one, another kind of indie publisher, UK based indie publisher who we love to support is Rory Montford. She has Montford Tales. So there are
Mm,
two releases from Montford Tales. One is called Dead Letter Society, and the other
okay.
one is the Almanac of Sanguine Paths. And
Okay.
in those books, the characters it's either solo or GMless journaling kind of games. Those two.
Right.
Dead Letter Society, you're a vampire. In the Almanac of Sanguine Paths, you're a werewolf, and you're kind of dealing with the trials and tribulations of what you are. This is the new thing from Rory, if I can get it so that it can be seen. And this is Asher's Ridge. So this is a lovely, thick, digest size hardback. The quality of it is absolutely gorgeous. It's a GM-less RPG that can be played solo as well. It's 1 to 4 players, but it's GM-less. It runs on a deck of cards, which you can't see. Uh, and the premise of the game is that the players are the sort of director and cast of a paranormal investigation TV show that's based in the set in the Lake District. So X-Files meets Sheep, I guess.
Basically, yeah.
um,
Sheep
um,
Detectives Part Two, maybe.
so But do you know what? Everything that Rory does is popular. It's definitely got its market, particularly with
Mm.
those who like the solo RPGs and the
They,
journaling type
they
games.
seem to be such a growing in interest, the solo RPGs and journaling ones, don't they?
Massively, yeah, yeah. We
It's
we always get inquiries at the stand at UK Games Expo for just what solo games have you got and
in
things like that. And
it, yeah.
we're getting more and more of a range of it, and I know lots of other people are as well.
It's certainly very interesting to me. I must admit, I've only dabbled in it so far, but I've actually in the process of looking at writing one currently. It's going to be another 18 months off, but
Okay.
um, it's going to take quite a bit to pull it together. But yeah, it's something I've been looking at as well because I can certainly see the attraction for it,
Mm,
and there's so many solo gamers out there. It's just perfect.
yeah. Well, they are incredibly popular. I mean, there's even a Deadlands set of solo adventures for Deadlands, and the Crater Lake
There
Chronicles
is, yeah.
are solo. So there's loads of it out there, and it's just growing and growing all the time. So we wish Rory all the luck with that.
Definitely.
With Asher's Ridge, I'm absolutely convinced that that's going to be a real big success for her. Next, I'm going to talk about Erin Chronicles, who are a Greek publisher.
Okay.
Now, we actually only first spoke with these guys at UK Games Expo, but they've had a presence on GM's Guild for a long time, DM's Guild, sorry,
Yeah.
for quite a long time with digital products. But now they've got some physical products, and it's a fifth edition guide. Really, it's kind of a source book rather than adventure, and it's all about creating mythic or mythos kind of campaigns. So it's not specific to say Greek mythology or anything like that, but it's creating a campaign that creates a mythology, if you see what I mean. So it's great because getting those kind of epic tale characters going on and stuff like that. So it's a source book for that for 5e, and that's backed up with some dice, screen, the deck of fates, and a few other accessories that go with that. And it's stunningly nice, beautifully well produced. So that looks really cool. And that's Exordium from Erin Chronicles, which looks that's EREN Chronicles, which looks great. I'm going to say one thing on that. The one thing that I'm not, and it might just be me, and this kind of goes back to what we were talking about certainly in the pre-show chat on the last one that we did, is about dice. You know how I was
Oh
saying
yeah.
I don't get the dice, I don't get the dice goblin thing. And this is no disrespect to people who do or to people who make dice, but there's a set of dice for this Error Chronicles thing, and it's 29 quid. And I think that's a lot of money for a set of dice. Or am I just a grumpy, miserable old git? I don't- I'm trying to.
I'll take the fifth on that one.
I
But
don't
no,
know.
see, I'm with you. At the same
It's
time,
just me, but I
yeah,
know people who absolutely love and collect beautiful
yes,
dice.
and I can the shiny and the sort of the sharp edged or the round edged and the
Yeah,
different and the
yeah.
all different colours and they glisten in the moonlight and the sunlight. So I can
Clickety
see
clackety math rocks.
I can see the attraction with it, and yeah, but I'm with yourself.
Yeah.
It's
Uh,
I kind of I think the issue with me is that, and probably like yourself, is I've got so many dice. I actually ended up giving away several hundred
right.
the other
Wow.
week.
Okay.
So that have built up over the years, and I've still got a box full plus probably about 15 unopened bags of dice there
Hmm.
that I've
Yeah.
kept for when I'm doing sessions at local sort of game shops or wherever
Yeah.
that I
Yeah.
can just give the
Yeah.
dice
Yeah.
out to. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I can definitely
Yeah.
go with
I mean,
that. It's
I would never run down somebody's personal choice. What they spend their money on is their thing, and I think nothing of dropping 70 or 80 quid on a board game that I'll
yeah,
play two or three. You know, I'll play two or three times in over the course of a year. But I wouldn't spend 30 quid on a dice. But that's it's
that you would
each to
be
their own,
using
isn't it?
several times a week, every week. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Yeah,
That's it.
but
First
each to
world
their own.
issues and
Each to
problems.
their own.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. So the last publisher that I'm going to talk about with new releases is Aces Games, who we love. Aces Games have come out of Italy. They have a brilliant product called VHS, which is a kind of a hybrid board game, role-playing game
Heard.
thing, and it comes packaged exactly like a VHS movie tape from the 80s. And they're all movie themed and things like that. And the production values are brilliant. And VHS is like each one will cost you 25 quid, but there's loads and loads of enjoyment in it. And but what we're talking about from Aces Games at the moment is, firstly, they've got a post-apocalyptic RPG called Nameless Land, which just come out.
Hmm.
So this again is a box set, but it's a full size game. So it's got four rule books in it. You've got the law, gear, a survival guide, and obviously your rules. And then you've got cards, tokens, maps,
Wow.
all kinds of stuff in there. You know, proper full box set, loads and loads of maps, full world lore, everything like that. 56 quid
Wow.
for
Okay.
the whole for the game, the rules, the campaign, the works,
I,
and it's
I,
stunning.
I,
Again, production values are just through the roof.
you see, I'd pick up something like that in the heartbeats, but again, 30 quid for a dice, I'd be going, yeah.
Yeah. Um, and then the last thing I'm going to talk about in terms of new releases, again from Aces Games, is quite possibly the most bonkers concept for an RPG that I've ever seen. And I was talking to a retailer about this today, and I said the name of the game, and it's called Sweet Cherry Pie versus Evil. He said, I'm in, send me a couple. It was just like, what, you don't want to know about it? No. So it's the kind
Okay.
of again, so it's from Aces Games. The artwork is amazing, but the concept of it is they're from an island called an island called Omnom, and your character is basically made of food, and you fight the evil that is carbohydrate. So,
Okay.
and that's the sane part of it, I think. So it just sounds like over the top bit of bonkers fun.
Yeah,
Um,
it does. I think we're sort of getting into the realms of Hull from Black Dog Games, etc. here from the sound of things. It just, yeah, or Toon,
yeah,
possibly.
possibly, yeah, yeah. So, which I see a copy of on the, well, it's not on the shelf behind you, actually, is it? It's a little backdrop. But
Yeah, it is. But yeah,
uh,
I've got Toon.
Yeah,
Need
I've
to
got
get
the
that
same book
played.
actually.
Do you know what? Absolute legend of a game. That absolute legend. It's one of the best things that Steve Jackson has stuck a lot out. But
Yeah.
for me, yeah. When you look at their list, GURPS a nominee. There's two. It just goes on Car Wars, Ogre.
Well,
Absolutely
we were
brilliant.
talking about role-playing anecdotes and those that stick with you for years and years and years. I remember running a game of Toon. It's got to be at least 25, if not 30 years ago. And it was a bunch of us together. It was like, what are we going to do? Rainy Sunday afternoon or whatever it was. So it's just like, let's play a bit of this. So we get two now. So of course I put them up against a Roadrunner and they actually managed to catch and kill the Roadrunner. And I didn't hear the last of it.
No, no. Well.
I still get reminded of it today that, you know, what kind of GM are you? We caught the Roadrunner, you know. Um, Fantastic fun. So anyway, so that's new releases and new stuff. So yeah, Sweet Cherry Pie versus Evil, bonkers fun,
Right. There we go.
and a whole host of other absolutely stunning projects that are releasing, available now or releasing tomorrow. As I said earlier, at the time of
I'm
recording, it's the 30th of June. So these are so
Yeah. I'm going to get this out as
by the
soon as I
time people are
possibly
watching
can.
this, all of
Yeah.
these things are available. So there you go.
That's
That's my roundup of new stuff.
it's.
I'm sure
Well,
there is probably others that we've missed.
there will be. Well, we were talking about it was the free RPG day this past
Yes.
weekend as well,
Yeah.
which kind of passed us by really. But it's looking like there are quite a few interesting products actually out for that.
Mm.
Um, it'd be interesting to sort of see if anyone's had any or got involved with it. Stick a comment up. I don't think within the UK it's really sort of hit what it should have done, and that's quite sad, really, because it's a great way of trying a new. We all love quick starts. How many times we've said that? Quick starts and starter boxes,
Yeah.
absolutely brilliant. Great way of actually trying a game out and seeing what it's like and picking up something that you wouldn't normally pick up. So
Hmm.
this is something we'll talk about and have a look at in the future. But also, as well as RPG free day, there's also in August RPG a day coming back. So we'll be doing this on the Facebook page. I've put the initial teaser up actually for it. This happens in August, and throughout August there'll be a question a day, and people can respond, and it'll be all RPG related. So that will be coming soon. Also, from the UK Tabletop Role Playing Facebook group, I stuck a couple of questions up recently, and we got some very interesting comebacks on it.
We did, yes.
Now the top, I'll go with the top three RPGs was one of the questions I actually asked on there, and I also asked in a couple of other groups as well. But I didn't just sort of say what are your top three RPGs. I added the word currently to the end
Hmm.
because if it's like me, they change. I've got the classics that will always sort of go, well, yeah, they're the top three, but every couple of months, or even sometimes every week, depending what hour of the day it is, they do change. So I asked specifically what they were currently. So your top three RPGs currently, as of today, at this moment in time,
As
don't
of
need.
today, right. So, first of all, although I talk a lot about a lot of different RPGs, I don't actually play that many. I have played lots and lots and lots over time, but because I don't get that much time to actually play. So, what this is going to be based on really is kind of what my current games are.
Yeah.
I'm going to say in tied second place is going to be Castles and Crusades, which is a recent discovery for me. Let's say the last 18 months or something like that. 18 months, 2 years. I'm doing some writing with it. I'm going to run a campaign with Castles and Crusades. Fantastic game. Really like everything about it. I've run quite a few sessions of it, but I've not actually really strung together a proper campaign. So that's
Hmm.
something that I want to do. But I like the system. I like what's more important is I like the feel of it. It's got that. For me, it just takes me right back to when I first started role playing.
Yeah,
It's got that kind of feel to it. So
yeah,
I just love it. And then kind of in the same vein, Traveller.
yeah.
So I've said this before. The very first time you and I spoke, we were talking about what are your favourite games, and I said then Traveller. And I've owned one or other version of Traveller since the early 80s. And right now I've got Mongoose Traveller Second Edition up there. I've got Traveller the New Era. I've got the Black Traveller book, and I've got Mega Traveller up there. And I've got little black books and things over there. I've got loads of it, but we're actually playing a Traveller campaign. It's been going on for quite a while, and it's really good. Really
Yeah.
enjoying it. So really enjoying Traveller. But like I said, so Traveller and Castles and Crusades are joint second, but my top one has got to be Savage Worlds. Has
Very
to be.
interesting there. It's
It's it's a great system, but it just means so much more to me personally
yeah,
because a lot of people know that I had a recruitment business that because of COVID, it was shut down overnight. And writing, I've been playing Savage Worlds for many years, but writing Savage Worlds for Section D literally gave me a new career.
a lifeline,
When
basically. Yeah,
when COVID shut my business down, it was writing for Savage Worlds that gave me that, and I wouldn't be doing the job that I'm doing now for GMS if I hadn't done that book.
exactly.
So it's got a special place in my
Yeah,
heart, and it's a bloody good game. So there you go.
that's it. That
So
works
I'm
for
going to
me.
ask you the same question.
Whoa, right, okay. Well, the three that I chose then have changed. Um, so this is going to be quite interesting. At this moment in time, I'm going to sort of say number three is Traveller. There you go.
Okay,
So there's a crossover there straight away. I've been having a look at that, rereading it again. Number two is Daggerheart. That's looking like it's really interesting. I've not actually played that yet, but it's looking
right,
very interesting.
okay,
Um, Time will tell on that one. And my number one is Call of Cthulhu. I'm currently running a Call of Cthulhu campaign, and I've loved this game since, well, when I first played it. And Andy Bennison, who will probably be listening to this at some time, he was the one that got me into this. Must have been back, well, it was back in the 80s. And yeah, opened my eyes to the worlds of H.P. Lovecraft. So, however, I've got the results here. I've got the top 10,
okay.
top three RPGs currently, as of a couple of weeks ago. Number 10, Pendragon.
Yeah, okay. I get that.
Bit of a shock, I would have thought that one because I wouldn't call it mainstream by any stretch of the imagination.
It gets a lot of love lately, and it's getting
It,
still gets a lot of
oh,
support
it
from Chaosium.
it does, and it's good to see it back.
Hmm.
Now, from number 10, we actually ended up with four in short succession. So 6, 7, 8, 9 will all hit the same block. So it rolls in at number 6. Aliens or Alien the
Yeah.
RPG,
Hmm.
Savage Worlds, bang,
Okay. Yeah.
again getting quite a lot of love. OSR, so the old school
Yeah.
Renaissance games. I lump those kind of together, and that's where it came out. And interesting as well at number 6, Tales of the Old West, which has seen some massive, massive, massive pickups, I think, over the
Yes.
past few months.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, of course, won the Judges' Choice Award for Best RPG at UK Games Expo.
Yes. I saw it on
Fantastic
the
game.
I saw it on your stand there, and I came so close to picking it up. And in some ways, I wish I had, but
And
that'll be for the future.
Matt and Dave are just such decent, down to earth fellas as well.
Yeah,
They're just great people. So,
it
yeah.
looks
And I'm so happy for them.
there. Yeah, to get people playing your game, and that's what it's all about. As certainly for me, as on the game side, the number of comebacks I've had about Haunt's Way, which is probably my flagship one. I've written a load of other things, but for me. That's the one. Like Section D is so close to your heart.
Hmm.
And the number of positive comments that have come back on that one have just been amazing.
Hmm.
But anyway, that was so that was down to six. Now we move on to number three actually, because there's three in shared place. So this is three, four, and five. We have Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay.
Yeah.
We have RuneQuest, and we have Traveller.
Right. Okay.
So there we go. Number two. What do you think number two is going to be?
Given that it's not had a mention yet, I'm going to say Pathfinder.
Dragonbane.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Very
Very.
interesting.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And number one was Call of Cthulhu.
So D&D not in the top 10.
D&D not in the top 10. Pathfinder got honorable mention. That was number 11.
Right,
Uh, D&D actually was actually it came in at shared with Pathfinder as well at number 11.
right,
Which it was interesting, although the take up on the votes was took longer for that one than I actually anticipated.
right,
Also, honorable mentions go to Household and Chivalry and Sorcery. I don't
right. So
suppose
Steve
that
voted for himself
I
then.
was going to say, yeah. There were several votes actually. I don't know
Do you
how
know
he
what?
came.
If you'd have been talking earlier on, if your question had been top three most memorable campaigns, I would have said Chivalry and Sorcery.
Well, we're going to do that at some point, as in the most memorable.
Yeah.
Other interesting ones that came out, there was Vason, Traveller 2300, which again was a bit of a shock. That
Mm,
seems quite popular as the Pathfinder. Deadlands Classic.
yeah.
That was in there as well. I'd lumped the into Savage Worlds, anything Savage Worlds, I'd lumped actually in there.
Okay.
Um, and Vampire the Masquerade.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Mm,
That was it. Other honorable mentions were actually Seventh Sea and Legend of the Five Rings as well.
right. Okay. Yeah.
Uh, and Mark Winter on the page, he decided to stick a loads on. He put Pendragon, RuneQuest, and Cthulhu, and then went on to sort of mention Savage Worlds, Five Rings, and Seventh Sea. So he did a double sort of dose at it, but I didn't count
Right.
three those three actually in the top. But there's
Right.
so many when you look through. It's really interesting to sort of see. GURPS is there, One Ring, Cairn, Feyborg.
Right.
So again, Pirate Borg. So the board games are there. They're
Mhm.
very much in there. Laundry, second edition. MERP, uh, End of the World. I don't know what that role playing game.
Mm.
Pico, the role playing game. I feel I should know that from somewhere, but
Yeah. So do
I,
I.
I'm not sure. And Shadowrun actually gets a couple of mentions. Numenera, surprisingly, and the Cyber System only got a single mention. I thought that would have been more popular, but
Yeah.
that's
Do
as it
you know
is.
what I'm finding quite intriguing about that list, though? And positive and negative is that a lot of the games on that list have been around for a long, long time. And
Yeah,
yes, they may have had new iterations, but most of those games have been around for a long, long time. It's quite refreshing to see Dragonbane as something completely new and different at number two.
yeah, that's it.
So
That's it. Surprised
that's
me.
proof though that
Yeah,
Free League are doing lots of things right.
yeah, definitely. And there you go. Some interesting sort of food for thought, I suppose, for with your GMS head on as well, with the popularity of that
Hmm.
being there. Um, Also interesting was the other question that I actually asked was what was the last core rules book that you bought? Not a supplement, not an adventure. And I said, well, okay, you can include your starter boxes, etc., in this if you want.
Yeah.
And I ended up with so many, and there were only actually a couple of duplicates. So the duplicates that there were actually Tales of the Old West. Gordon Richards and Ian Nibb from the Ian Nibb said he picked it up from the expo actually. So
Right.
that was sort of good to hear. Imperium Maledictum. which is the Cubicle 7 one. Alan Mordy sort of was one for that.
That's
How
the Warhammer 40K universe one, isn't
it
it?
is, yeah, the
Yeah.
Cubicle 7 one there.
Hmm.
Interestingly, they didn't seem to have much of a presence. They had a presence obviously at the expo, but they didn't seem to have much of the stock actually sort of there at the expo of that. Could have been that I missed it. The household RPG, which is Two Little Mice, William Adams and Luke Jarvis picked that up apparently and are loving it. What else have we got? Outgunned Ian Little. Eric Lyon Taylor picked up Warhammer Old World recently. Dragonbane, that was Pete Cakebread. Midnight of the Century, Paul Balowski from the Expo again.
Paul Baldowski.
Baldowski, yeah.
Yes. Ah, right. Yes. He of All Rolled Up fame.
That's the chap, yes,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
much so. So that's one to be sort of looking at. It looked very interesting. Put a picture up of that, and also Chris Addison stuck up a few pictures up of Delve, which the deluxe edition, which looks rather good.
Hmm.
We had now the Pico RPG got several mentions. Actually, it's one of those that was duplicated. Nadine Carty, Martin Eggington, and also James Blast. I think it was not Last, but James Blast. That was from another page. Was that one? So that's why I said I should know Pico. Why do I not know that one? So it's one to be looking at. Steve Mayhew.
I'm going to do it now.
Yeah, have a quick look. Steve Mayhew, the Hooded Man, which is the Osprey one, the Robin Hood Osprey one that we've mentioned a few times. And one that sounds like really cool is the Trenchcoat Raccoons. Lee Newport picked that one up. And Pete Langston picked up the Monty Python RPG as well and was fully recommending it. What else? It's Castles and Crusades Reforged. That was yourself.
Yeah.
Savage Worlds, the latest edition. That was Chris Hilton. Pirate Borg. That was Nathan Lee.
Pirate Ball.
Nimble.
Pirate Ball
Uh,
going gangbusters at the moment.
yeah, I'm not surprised. Leon Kirk, Pathfinder Second Edition. Scott Rutherford, Call of Cthulhu starter set. Um, Nook Harper, Alien Evolved. So there's so many. I've just scratched the surface here of it. Active Exploits by and I know the name. I can't remember the name of I can't remember the name of the company did, but again another nice indie one. Ronnie Bradley's picked that one up. So there's loads there. Vase and starter set. Mick Allen picked that one up. Gallows Corner. There you go. Luke Morris, who's commented a few things on the page, has
Yeah.
picked up Gallows Corner. So absolutely brilliant. So there's pages of info there, but that was
Yeah.
really good to sort of see. I was expecting the same old stuff to just keep coming up time and time again, but it's
Yeah.
great to see the variety.
So I'm looking at Pico actually
Yeah,
at the moment, and it's essentially okay. This is from looking at it for 10 seconds while you've been speaking. You play as bugs, insects, and tiny creatures, hence Pico, tiny. Yeah. Um, and if you Google Pico RPG, you'll get the Kickstarter page, and one of the first things you find on the Kickstarter page is a download for a quick start guide. So there
do you
you
know
go.
what? I might have a look at that just
So
because I feel like I should know it.
so
So
you can go and it's done. Do you know what? Over 2,000 people have backed it on Kickstarter. Um, well over $100,000, and it looks it looks really nice actually. It does
yeah,
look nice.
there's
So
so many of the alternative RPGs that are coming out now. It is great to see, and also the love that they're actually getting from the hobbyists. Basically, they're not just
mm,
sticking with D&D and the traditional Pathfinder or Dragonbane or Call of Cthulhu or Traveller. People are prepared to sort of go, do you know what? I'll give that a bit of a blast.
yeah,
And I'm absolutely loving that. Like the Run from the Dark one that we did I did the giveaway on a
yeah,
few couple of
hmm,
months ago now. Uh, the production value was absolutely spot on.
yeah, yeah,
Um, oh, Electric Bastion as well. That was another one. I think that's we know that one, don't we? Electric.
yeah. Well, yeah, Chris McDowell.
That's
So
it.
it's
Yeah,
Electric Bastionland, and then the newer game, although in that line, is Mythic Bastionland,
yeah,
which is phenomenal. Certainly, in terms of sales, it's just unbelievable. And the artwork and the aesthetic of it and the way it plays, it's different and it's very narrative. And if I were wearing a hat, I would take it off to Chris. It's a brilliant game. We had Chris on our stand at UK Games Expo, and it was just busy, busy, busy all the time.
good. It's I
So
did sort of see him there, and he was actually busy, so I
yeah.
didn't. I was quite lucky that I got to speak to Stu because he was just in a short lull there. Someone had just moved away from
Mhm.
his little stand that he actually had. So as I was walking towards him, I kind of leapt in and had a quick chat.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so that's all good to know, and it's great to sort of see that there's a market for
Mhm. Do you know what
small games.
I'm gonna throw out there just in case, any people who are looking at producing a little RPG, doing it zine style or whatever it may be, for the love of all that is holy, get invest £5 or whatever it costs and get a barcode. Because if you want that game to go into a shop, retailers want a barcode. It doesn't. It actually doesn't cost you anything to generate a barcode, but it might cost you a few quid to get an ISBN, turn the ISBN into the barcode, and put it on the back of the book. So that
There you go.
if you want retailers to sell it, get an ISBN number, feed it through one of the many barcode creators that are out there on the web, turn it into a barcode, and put the barcode on the back of the book. People like me and other distributors will thank you for it.
It's well
And
when
they'll
I
thank you for it with pound signs. So,
when I
yeah,
do my solo RPG thing, I will set that into it used to be very expensive to get an ISBN number at one time, and the prices have come right down now.
yeah,
I know that for certain. So there you go. Get yourself a barcode and get it actually sort of out there. And there's loads of places you can get these printed up. There's loads of print shops around if you want to print it yourself, or even Lulu or somewhere like that, Lulu.com. They can print them up.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think you
I
get a
mean,
free barcode if you actually put it through Lulu. Actually, could
maybe.
be wrong on that. You'd have to sort of have a
Yeah,
look,
I
but
don't know.
but
But similarly, if people are looking at producing a small book or a small print run or whatever, drop me a line because I can connect people to printers who will do short runs and long run and big batch,
there we
big
go.
offset print runs and all that kind of thing. So, yeah, speak to me. But honestly, I couldn't give a stronger piece of advice to anybody who's looking to produce a book or an RPG product is get a barcode
Yeah,
because it makes a difference.
it does.
It'll
It's
pay, it'll pay for itself in spades.
yeah.
So, yeah,
Well, that's what it's actually all about.
there you go.
I might see about getting Hornsway. I'll have to have a word with PK Bread and see if I can
Yeah.
get Hornsway actually out
Do you
there
know,
in the shops.
I do believe we may have actually had a sensible discussion about gaming things and given a bit of normal advice, and we've not actually had any real sarcasm yet.
No, there you go. No sarcasm is to be had here.
Yeah. What's sarcasm? Never heard of it.
Sarcasm? No,
He
I don't
says,
do that.
no, not at all.
Right.
So,
Well, God, we've covered some ground again today. It's been great to sort of catch up. Anything else on the horizon for yourself?
do you know what? The next big thing that I'm really looking forward to game wise, and this is odd for me, um, Invincible from Free League is coming out at the end of the month. Now,
Yeah,
I'm not a superhero fan in
but
any shape or form, but that just looks like an absolute hoot.
yeah,
The only thing sort of superhero I've ever played was the Palladium one. Was that Heroes
Heroes
Unlimited?
Unlimited. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and we we based all of our characters off that. Oh, what's the superhero movie with Ben Stiller where he's wandering about with a shovel? Mystery Men.
Oh, the Mystery Men one.
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
based our characters
Okay.
on Mystery Men, and we had an absolute hoot with it. But again, personal choice. I can't mix serious role playing with spandex. It's just not.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but tongue in cheek, bit of comedy, humor, what have you.
One-offs.
Maybe more Deadpool style or something like
Yeah.
that. But I've looked at this Invincible and I thought, do you know what? That looks like it could be quite good. So
It's, well, I've dabbled. I like watching the movies, but Golden Heroes is my favorite superhero role-playing game. I've tried
yeah,
DC Heroes. I've tried Marvel Superheroes, the old Phase Ripper, as it's called.
hmm
Um, I looked briefly at the new Marvel one and just wasn't taken by it. There's a
yeah,
new DC one that's Justice League that I think is in crowdfunding or just finished crowdfunding at the moment. Uh, the only one I've actually got now is Gotham City, which is more of a street level detective game rather than
right.
an all out
Okay.
superhero one.
hmm Yeah. So I
So,
mean, Savage Worlds has got his superhero setting.
yeah, it has.
So
There's several different ones.
in fact, well,
Rippers.
there's two for Savage
Uh,
Worlds.
yeah.
So
In
so
fact,
yeah. But
there's several actually.
he's talking about Golden Heroes, though. I'll be seeing Simon Burley at the
He's a
weekend.
there you go. Give him a handshake from me because Golden Heroes back in the day, we had a lot of fun with it. Real
hmm
lot of fun with it, and that for me remains my favourite. Unfortunately, my Golden Heroes ended up sort of disappearing. Unfortunately, I don't know who actually sort of ended up with it, but someone borrowed it and I never got it back.
hmm
There is a reprint I know actually of it's without with the Golden Heroes sort of filed off. And at some point I might actually indulge. We'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see.
hmm
Right. Well, on that note, until next week, I shall have to bid you farewell, I believe.
Well, adieu. Auf Wiedersehen.
Yes, and
Goodbye.
goodbye. I'll get this hopefully edited a lot quicker than I've done with the predecessing one, which took me a couple of weeks and many hours of labour. But I'll see what I can actually
Well,
sort of do with it.
I've only given you 2 sides worth of new releases to find images for, so there you go. Crack on.
Amateur, amateur, must do better.
I'll try harder next time.
Right. Well, on that note, it's goodbye from him. We shall
And
see
it's
you
goodbye
soon.
from him.
It is indeed. Goodbye.
Happy going, folks.